there. Guess what it's called? Kahakamoa. See that quite a bit in Hawaii, where the name down the shoreline is repeated all the way up the slope. Reason for that? When the Hawaiians divided land, they started with what they called a mokopuni. This means island. That was then divided into smaller sections called moko, which were like districts or counties. And within each of those, oftentimes, there were triangular divisions called ahupua'a, which means pig altar. So picture a point in the valley right here on our right, and a triangle running down the shoreline like a slice of pizza. You got the idea how they did it. Did that way because up high would be trees for building, fresh water going on down from the rain. As you get out by the shoreline, there are flat areas for homes and crops. Then the ocean for fishing. So that division provided everything the people living on it needed. Only had one name. That one down there on the right of the dome at the end would have been Kakaloa, Ahupua'a, o Maui. Those divisions aren't recognized anymore. But more often than not, the names you see of towns and bays and beach parks are indeed the names of those old divisions. Which is kind of cool, I think. It's an opinion. The name of that triangular division, Ahupua'a, which again means pig altar, refers back to when the king and the royal family would make a journey around the island to check on things. Every time they entered a new section of land, there'd be a big stone altar with a sacrificed pig on top of it. Hence the name, Ahupua'a. Those altars came to mark the boundaries.
What was there one of these islands that was put apart for what was a leper colony?
Yeah, it's on the backside of Molokai where we're going.
Okay.
These are all pineapple fields here. Pineapple fields, pineapple fields. See the shape of the field pretty easily these days. It's a long rectangular segment with a rounded edge. They're shaped that way because of how they're planted, harvested, fertilized, and watered. Vehicles drive around the edge with an arm that sticks about halfway across. The two agricultural products that are typically associated with Hawaii, pineapple and sugarcane, are almost gone from the state because of labor costs. You don't see nearly as much.
Are there any animals that live up here wild?
Yeah, we have deer and the pigs, the boar, the tusk, and then we have mountain goats. We have mongoose too. They brought the mongoose in to eat the rats, but rats are nocturnal, mongoose aren't. Now we have both. 18 months to 2 years to grow pineapple though. Long time, but you should wait, because they taste good, they're healthy, and if you eat a pineapple too soon, it can be toxic. Not so healthy. That's Kapalua, Ritz-Carlton area there, Plantation Golf Course, where they play the PGA Tour event each year. We're going to head across Pailolo Channel to get to Molokai now. Straight ahead. All these channels have names. Crossing the channels was a pretty big deal for the ancient Hawaiians, a sacred endeavor indeed. Typically they did it in canoes. Nowadays, it's a little easier. But there are still canoe crossings all the time. Well, not all the time, but every year there's a long-distance canoe racing season, which a lot of the races go in between them. This race here from Kapalua to Kanakakai Pier in the middle of Molokai called Pailolo is about 27 miles, and it's one of the more fun ones worldwide because it's pretty much a straight downwind shot. Now coming up on halfway, and if you're willing to tell me where you're all from.
We're from Long Beach, California.
Really?
And sitting next to them, two people from Wales in the United Kingdom, visiting daughters in Southern California.
Oh, very good.
We're just a little bit north of Toronto, Canada.
Are you a Maple Leafs fan?
Sorry?
Are you a Maple Leafs fan?
I'm not a big hockey fan, but most people there are.
You just got a whole bunch of good baseball players too. From Florida, right? My family's all from Escondido, that's Southern California. Sort of. I didn't. Wales, though.
Rugby players.
Right.
Our two families live up on the high desert at Spring Valley Lake and Apple Valley.
Does everybody like it here?
Very much so.
Wonderful.
Yeah, this is the tip of the iceberg, though. This is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I like it here. My wife's from here too, so it worked out good. She's happy.
Feel like Avatar. Now, 3 volcanoes made the island of Molokai. The biggest one, of course, is down here, at least what's left of it. There's a smaller one that's way down at the other end. The smallest is that peninsula right out there, see it? Kind of flat. It occurred much later than the first 2, and it didn't last that long. It's only 400 feet above sea level. That is where Leprechaun was located, out there on the far side of Kalapapa. Actually, it's still there. About 100 people live there. There are 12 people remaining there who have leprosy, place their eyes leprosy well into their 90s now. It's a national park now. East Valley is called Wailau. We're going to go in there for a hike. The interior now, the switchback. I learned the other day, 95% of people on the planet are natural. I thought everybody could get it. I'm not saying 5% is not that many people like this, but period of isolation, it is said that Hawaiian culture really solidified as separate and unique. One of the things that is absolutely unique to them are these pools that you can see all along the shoreline.
How many flights will you make a day?
It's usually 6 or 7. Today I have 7.
A lot of flying hours in your book by now, then.
Yeah, when I was in the Army, 7.5 years as a pilot, logged 2,500 hours. I've been here 2.5 years and I've logged 3,000.
Amazing.
Busy. And the only reason I logged that much time in the Army is because we were deployed all the time. Typically in the Army you only fly 300 or 400 hours a year.
What theaters were you flying in?
What's that?
What theaters of conflict were you flying in?
I got to fly in Africa. Got to fly in Iraq and Afghanistan.
That looks like our ship dead ahead.
I believe it is.
I'm surprised that we've not seen more cruise ships on the island we visited.
On all the islands, or just this one?
On the 4 islands, this is the 4th we've done, and we've been the only cruise ship.
Yeah, they're kind of, they don't typically get here at the same times, like, and then like, the other ones on Maui get into Kahului Harbor, so that's on the other side. I don't think that cruise ship is in right now, but you're right, it is rare to see more than one at a time. Or if they do that on purpose.
Because if you cruise the Med, I mean, you're almost queuing up to get a berth.
Are you all from the ship? Everybody? Well, let's go see it then.
What a lovely idea. I hoped you were going to say that.
I'm not going to get too low because technically that's hotel buzzing. But you can get a good view of it. see the difference out here though too. I mean, this is a typical winter day on Maui, so you got the overcast, it's shady. But Lahaina, of course, is on the leeward side, so you can see it's pretty dry out there compared to the other side where we started, for sure. Typically it's hotter today, not so much because of the overcast, but a lot of times there's no shade because the clouds over the mountains don't make it down that far. Well, the name Lahaina actually means merciless sun. So are you guys just in for the day, or do you stay overnight?
We leave tonight, and our next brief call is Ensenada, and then into Los Angeles the day before Thanksgiving.
But these are, of course, the West Maui Mountains, and they are most often referred to in this manner. It's a bit misleading. West Maui is, in fact, an extinct volcano. Its traditional name is Mauna Kohalavai, which means Mountain of the Meeting of the Waters, which I think is a great name, but you don't see that very often. I really don't know why, you just don't. The name you will see for West Maui from time to time, which is fake, is Hale Mahina, which means House of the Moon. It's somewhat of a doppelganger, in my opinion. Tower the rest of the way, which is not a rule that I am particularly fond of, but I have some interesting and appropriate early 90s Hawaiian pop rock for the rest of the flight by Israel Kamakaviva Ole, who, of course, if you don't know, is the guy that remade the Rainbow song. In that movie with that girl from Kansas. Remember, she had that little dog, and then there was a tornado. Grumpy old green witch. I asked my dad about that when I was a kid. I said, Dad, why is she green, and why is she so grumpy? He said, well, I don't know why she's green, but you'd be grumpy too if you lived next door to that dog. I was like, all right.
Before there was a Clark Kent, there was a Hawaiian Superman. He fished out the islands with the magic hole. There would have been more.
Asked that guy if he wanted to play chicken. He said no. Look at him running away.
In blue morning sky,
running away.
Slow down his flight so cowboys could try.
Alright, across the fence. We're back. Nice of them. They did great. We're going to go land over on pad 1, I think. When we touch down on the pad, the ground crew will come over. And they'll open up the doors for you. They'll put steps out as well. And they're going to want you all to get together in the blue rectangle, which will be located just off the nose. That'll be that, unless you'd like to take additional photos. Just ask. Alright, give me a second just to get it settled. Now, a couple of requests of y'all before you hop out. When you get on inside, there is an area where you can comment. If you'd be willing to do this, I'd appreciate it. More importantly, however, whatever you intend to do the rest of the day, enjoy yourself, just be safe, and thanks very much for coming out.